Alright guys, it's time for me to review a film that came out months ago back in April. Do you guys even care anymore? Probably not. Anyway, screw it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Hey guys, what's up? It's Autobot-Mike18 here with another movie review. Guys, in this video, I will be giving you my extremely late review of Jeff Nichols' newest film, Mud. Now guys, Mud came out back in April of this year, so this is a 2013 movie that came out back in April, and the main reason why I did not see it when it came out in the theaters is because it was given a limited release. Now, you guys know how I feel about limited releases. I despise them because the films that are given limited releases are usually always the good films, and they never come to my theater where I live because, one, I live where all the crappy movies come, or all the, regular average movies come, and I never get limited releases, so that's what really sucks and pisses me off. But anyway, actually when Mud first came out, I had heard the title of the movie, but I never even saw the trailer. The only thing that I really knew about the film when it first came out in the beginning of the year was that it's been getting a lot of good word of mouth. This movie is one of the best reviewed films of the year on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's a really good thing for this movie. There's even a sticker here that says Certified Fresh Rotten Tomatoes, so that tells you this movie's official. So anyway, recently, a few weeks ago, back in late November, about a month ago actually, on Black Friday, they had this movie for sale for $11 on Blu-ray, so I bought it because of good word of mouth and because I just wanted to see it, because it did look really good, and I hadn't even watched the trailer yet, so I watched the trailer before I watched the movie. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. So I watched the movie twice when I got it on Blu-ray, and you know what, guys, here's the main reason why I'm reviewing this film so late, because a lot of you probably think it's pointless, and fine, you may think that. But guys, the reason why I'm reviewing Mud now is because I do a top 10 list of the top 10 best films of the year. I'll be doing that shortly, actually. And Mud will without a doubt be on that list. And it actually might be very high up on that list, because Mud is without a doubt one of the best films I have seen all year. I don't know what to say about this movie, guys. This is the film that really surprised me. It's a film I can't stop thinking about. I can't stop talking about. Every single person who I've come in contact with since I've seen the film twice, I have literally asked them and told them to watch Mud. I've asked them, have you watched Mud yet? Have you ever heard of a movie called Mud? And I'm telling them to watch it because I can't stop thinking about this movie. It's one of the best films of the year. It's one of the most original films of the year. It's also one of the best Southern films I've ever seen in my life. So guys, with all that being said, let's get into my actual review. I'll praise the movie a lot more later on, but right now I want to talk about the premise of the film. Now, this is a very original story behind this movie. The movie is set in Arkansas, okay? And our two main characters are these two young boys. They're about 14 years old. Our essential main character, his name is Ellis. He is played by Ty Sheridan, and he has his best friend, Neckbone. Now, the two of these young boys go out on this boat and go on this island because they've heard this rumor that there is a large boat that is stuck up in the trees on this one abandoned island. So they want to go make this discovery. They want to find this boat and make it their own. So they get on this island, and little do they know, when they get on this island, they are not alone, because they run into a very mysterious man who's living on the boat that is stuck up in the trees, and his name is Mud. Now, Mud is played by Matthew McConaughey. And when the boys first meet Mud, they feel kind of weirded out. They feel he's this like crazy homeless hobo guy that's just living on the boat that they want to claim for themselves, and they don't really feel like they can trust him when they first meet him. But over time, the boys begin to go back and forth between the island and where they live, and they begin to visit him a lot more, and they begin to learn a lot of his past. He has a very crazy past. And it turns out that he's actually on the run. There are some people that are trying to kill him. He's killed someone before in his past, and these people are after him. The police are after him. And he's also trying to reconnect with an old crush from his past since he was young. And her name is Juniper. She is played by Reese Witherspoon. So these boys get, involved in Mud's life and his mission in the film. And that's all I'm going to say in regards to the movie, because I really don't want to spoil anything with the film. Now, as I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the screenplay, which is written by the director, Jeff Nichols, directed and wrote this movie, and you could tell he based this movie off his own life experiences because he grew up in the South, apparently, as I've read online in interviews, and you could tell that he definitely had a hand, you know, he wrote the film, without a doubt, because this is just such a very Southern film, and I love that about this movie. But the other thing I loved about how well written the screenplay was how original and how creative it was. Without a doubt, one of the best original screenplays of the year, probably the best original screenplay of the year. I will be truly devastated if this film does not get nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars. It's just the themes that are depicted in the film, the third act, which literally was so edgy, had me on the edge of my seat, and the Southern lifestyle that was depicted in the film were fantastic. And the story itself, and the couple of twists that are in there, and the shocking moments, and the sad moments that make me feel really happy as I watch the movie. That's everything I loved about the screenplay that was written, and it's just one of the best screenplays of the year, without a doubt. And Jeff Nichols does a fantastic job writing and directing this movie, and that's really one thing that I enjoyed the hell out of with this movie. So moving on, guys, the next thing I have to mention, absolutely have to mention, is the cast in this film. This is another one of the better casts for a movie all year, another one of the better ensemble casts of the year. In this film, you got Matthew McConaughey playing Mud. Now, I'm going to talk about the two younger stars in a minute. But Matthew McConaughey, I know he's gotten some shit. He's been in some crappy movies. I've seen him in some crappy movies. He was really good in A Time to Kill, in my opinion. But other than that, I haven't really seen him in any extraordinary movies. He hasn't really blown me away with any performances or anything like that. But however, he's really been on a good path in the last 2 years or so. He just starred in Mud earlier this year. He just starred in Dallas Buyers Club. He's gaining a lot of award nominations for that movie. So I think he's really on the right path. He's going to be in Christopher Nolan's next upcoming film, Interstellar. So he is really, you know, on fire right now in his career. This is the prime of his career right now, and he is absolutely outstanding in this film. I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club yet, so it's without a doubt the best performance I've ever seen him give so far. He's excellent. I loved his character. His very, you know, mysterious past. You're still, after watching this movie, I'm still uncertain about a couple of things in his past, and I still like that with this movie. His southern accent, I think he grew up in the South, I'm not sure though, but if he didn't, he pulled off an amazing southern accent. I gotta give him praise for that. He was excellent in the movie, carried the movie, kept me engaged. I loved him in this movie. Excellent performance from McConaughey. Moving on, the two young boys in the movie, played by Ty Sheridan. I don't know who plays Ty Sheridan's friend in the movie, but Ty Sheridan, this is one of the best breakout performances of the year. If we didn't have Fruitvale Station this year, Michael B. Jordan, this kid would have had the best breakout performance of the year. I'm sorry, Ty Sheridan, but I think Michael B. Jordan had the best breakout performance of the year. But anyway, this kid came close. He is excellent in this movie. Again, another great southern accent. I love how they wrote this kid's character, how, you know, he's young, he's trying to deal with love and grasp the concepts of love. You know, love is crumbling apart in his life, and, you know, different relationships are falling apart, and I love that with this movie. Ty Sheridan was amazing. Reese Witherspoon was really good in the movie as well. She did a nice accent. She wasn't in the movie that much as I thought she would be, but she was still in the movie for, you know, a decent amount of time. We also have supporting performances from Sam Shepard, who plays a father figure in Mud. He was great in the movie. We have Michael Shannon, who was unfortunately barely in the movie. He was in, for the movie, 3 scenes about. A little unfortunate there. But he was good, and you even had Sarah Paulson at one point. So performances were outstanding in the film. Really good cast in the movie, and that's one of the best parts of Mud. My arm's getting tired. I don't know why. So moving on, guys. Mud is rated PG-13, appropriately rated too. When I first got the movie on Blu-ray, I thought it was rated R for some reason, but it's not. It's rated PG-13, so that's good. Anyone 13 and up can see the movie. But anyway, guys, it's time for me to get my rating. Now, anyone who closely watches my movie reviews, you know I have not given this rating out all year long, and a lot of you probably have been like, well, why have you not given a film this rating yet? But it's time for me to give this rating to Mud. Like I said, Mud is one of the best films I've seen all year. It's without a doubt on my top 10 list. It's going to be very high on my top 10 list. I don't know if it's number 1 yet. That's basically giving away what I'm going to give this movie. I'm going to give Mud a 10 out of 10, an A+. Mud is just phenomenal. And as I said, I cannot stop thinking about this movie and just how much it left like an impact on me. Even, you know, it's not that it's an inspiring movie or anything like that. It just really affected me and made me really happy as I watched it. And I love Mud. I just completely love this movie. Like, it's fantastic, and I highly recommend it to you guys. So, as I said, things I love with this movie. I hardly have any flaws with this film. I really only have one problem with the movie, but I'm willing to overlook that flaw because this film was just fantastic. As I said, the best original screenplay of the year, without a doubt, goes to Jeff Nichols' screenplay for Mud. He fantastically directed the movie. The cast was phenomenal. They all gave amazing performances with authentic Southern accents, which I was really impressed with, and I always look forward to that in Southern films. I have to see how good their Southern accents are, and they were all really good, in my opinion. The film is very well edited. The editing is great, especially in the third act of the movie, which literally kept me on the edge of my seat. Right when Ellis and Mud and Neckbone had one of the final scenes on the island, that scene kept me just... it was crazy. The soundtrack and the score were fantastic. In several scenes, the score, I keep playing a few of the songs from the score in my head, and I can't stop thinking about how good the score was. One of the best original scores of the year, for sure, in my opinion. Also, the cinematography is beautiful. I love that with the movie. Another thing, as I said, the Southern depiction in the film, just the shots of, these objects in Ellis's boathouse and everything like that, and, Ellis on his fishing job, where he, takes fish and sells it to people. I mean, all of that, I think they captured the mood of the South perfectly, even though I've never been to the South. From what I've seen on movies and TV, and what I've heard about it in the South, I think they did an excellent job depicting it in this film, and that's one thing I love about Mud. As I said, the direction was great. The themes that are depicted in the film also really won me over. This is a fantastic coming-of-age tale that really impressed me. Like I said, I haven't mentioned this yet. The themes of friendship between Ellis and Neckbone, the themes of trust, the theme of love, especially the theme of love, all these themes are strongly present in this movie. And that's one thing I absolutely love about Mud. Strongly present themes, especially that theme of love, and how Ellis is, trying to deal with love. He's trying to get a relationship started. He really kind of doesn't know what love is. He kind of he stops believing in love and all that. And I'm not going to get into anything else. I don't want to spoil anything, but I loved all that with this movie. And another thing that I kind of want to credit to Mark Ellis of Schmoes Know. He watched the movie, and I watched his review, and he said something along the lines of how this movie reminded him of like a novel you would read in high school. That I absolutely agree with that. I just wanted to give him credit for that because I agree with that. This definitely feels like the screenplay is so good. It feels like it's a novel that you were forced to read in high school, and it turned out that you actually enjoyed it. That's one thing I loved about Mud. And another thing, this movie touched me, and I'm not trying to sound corny or anything like that. As I watched this movie, it didn't make me start bawling, crying, or anything like that. As I was watching it, I just felt really warm inside. I felt happy. Some things that the characters do in this movie kind of even reminded me of my youth and some things I've done in my past life. Even what Ellis is going through in the film with love kind of reminded me when I was that age and what I kind of dealt with in that. But I don't want to get into my personal life. I just wanted to mention that. That's another reason why I connected with this movie so well. It is definitely a relatable film, relatable characters, excellent direction, screenplay, performances. I loved everything with this film, guys. Fantastic. One of my only flaws that I completely overlooked, Mud and Juniper's relationship, I don't know, just didn't seem that intriguing to me. I know a couple of things I just didn't really, I really didn't care for their relationship. I don't know, that relationship, it was kind of odd to me, and I don't know. Something about that, but other than that, I overlook any kind of little problems I have with that relationship. If you want me to talk more about that, I'll just message me or something like that, or talk to me in the comments. Other than that, I absolutely love this film, guys. I give it my highest recommendation, 10 out of 10. Please see this movie. It's one of the best films of the year. Anyone I see on YouTube or Facebook, anywhere, anyone, I am going to recommend to them that they see this film. And I want to know what they think about it because it's one of the best films of the year without a doubt, and I love it. It definitely is a classic, as some people have been calling it. Perfect coming-of-age tale, and you're going to see me put this on my top 10 list for sure. So guys, thank you for watching my review. If you did see Mud, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it. Is it one of your favorite films of the year also? So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye, guys.